it's a place that is emerging. And I think we don't want to put in a typology that's all curtain wall, steel and glass, that is maybe, very appropriate for a place like in the West, where they have already gone through many years of and decades of development. Here we wanted to actually go back to the basics a little bit. So sustainability was one of the key principles for design, and also finding in architectural imagery too as well. Because this is important. This complex is, we know it's going to be very large, and it's going to be very dense as well. So finding that kind of innovative and inventive approach to it was a very important one for us. The way we approach the design and the way we approach sustainability in the BRAC campus was a very holistic, integrated approach. We know that we were going to insert into existing fabric a very large complex. And we also felt at that point of time, seeing what it was a water body that was quite polluted, and that and I could see the potential of that large body of water, that piece of land that was landlocked, to be of something that the community could enjoy, that the people could actually find a very nice oasis within the populated city. The ground level was really like creating a community park, where we have created a lot of green spaces, also a huge biopond, reflection pools, and so forth, that people can sit around, they can gather together to enjoy the spaces. So this was a very important one, where we felt giving back to the community public space was part of the sustainability approach. So the lower stratum of the campus, which we had divided into two, basically the lower stratum and the upper stratum. The lower stratum was defined as one that communicates with the community and among the community. So that's where we had the multipurpose hall, some of the meet the public spaces, the auditorium, and generally a very nice, generous, open space for all sorts of events and spaces. And I think one of the key successes I've seen so far is their large events like markets and even celebrations in the BRAC University. They're all taking place in this large tropical umbrella, which we call the tropical community space, where it is fully covered, and something that which is very climate adaptive, because as our climate gets hotter and warmer and a lot more rain, this kind of spaces in the tropics is so crucial now, that we must be able to provide a lot more covered and shaded spaces. It's the idea of building a large umbrella, but making the building as an umbrella. And I think that was an important feature in the community stratum. Then on the upper stratum, where is the academia, where it's a more secure and safer environment we created for the BRAC community, we have thought of an inventive way of creating horizontal breezeways, where we have aligned the classroom blocks in a way that funnels the prevailing winds in to elevate the wind speed. Dhaka being in a tropical climate, the temperatures are always going to be around the 30s or even higher 30s. It's very important for us to elevate the wind speed so that we can cool ourselves, because evaporation with wind moving it causes evaporation, will make us feel cool. And I think that was a passive strategy that worked very well here, where we were able to orientate the building blocks in such a way that allows wind flow through it. And I think this is an important one. The negative spaces are the ones that allow the wind to move through it, that causes very good cross ventilation through the classrooms and all the spaces itself. So I think that's the key strategies, but the other one I would say that something that is quite synonymous with the WOHA name now is the integrated landscaping. And for us, integrating landscaping into buildings is very important, not just from a biophilic quality of making us feel better, connecting to nature, but also the amount of biodiversity it brings. One thing that we don't realize but only beginning to understand is the ecosystem services that landscaping and nature does for humans. It actually regulates the air quality. It actually produces oxygen, converting carbon dioxide into oxygen, sequestering carbon. So all these are very important things that nature does for us. So when we build massive buildings, when we build hard buildings, we should also consider nature in it. So that's where there's a lot of abundance of integrated landscaping in BRAC campus. And with creating nature that people can use and people can enjoy is best of both worlds, I think. Maybe one thing I would like to maybe add is that there are some new terminologies that we've been creating and been using in our projects, and one that I think has been very useful in here is the what we call the stack typology, or the club sandwich typology, where we were creating multiple ground levels in the building. This is actually a very large building, high density, but mid-rise. So to put in that kind of area in it would mean actually like creating almost a very solid building, but it's just not. It actually has a lot of open spaces in it. But to organize all the spaces, we think of creating multiple ground levels. Because multiple ground levels is important for us is the social aspect of it. When you think about ground, people walk in the streets, they have eye contact, and they kind of, with eye contact, they communicate with people and they make friends, really. So that's a very important and sociable aspects of it. But one of the things I think is really I'm quite proud of is that on top of it all, we had the recreational datum, where we had the cricket. Well, it's designed as the cricket field, but I don't think I've seen people play cricket yet. But I guess they were worried the ball will fly out. But certainly the people are using the spaces for many different ways of, they're using it for different purposes. But there's also a running track, which with this kind of typology is impressive that we're able to put a 200-meter running track, and there's also a swimming pool that's supposed to come as well.
Solar canopy.
Yes, and to top it off, we have a solar canopy. The BRAC institution needs to only find 30% more of the energy from the city. I think what I'm really proud of is the fact that we created a very large, very dense building in this existing fabric. It hasn't really disrupted too much of the fabric, but I think it has given it more opportunities. And I can see by wandering the neighborhood that they are starting to have shops, F&B shops, even shops that sells electronics, computers and phones, and there are also internet cafes and all that. I think it's actually quite a good result that there is that the campus has resulted in providing another opportunity, or other opportunities and livelihood for the people around here. One of the types of integrated greenery is to create green screens. And the green screens is like a double skin. But this screen is actually for creepers to grow on. It could be a flat screen or it could be perpendicular so that you can still have views out. But what it does is that it absorbs the sun and turns it into energy for itself. So it reduces the amount of heat on the building. And it's actually quite substantial. It could actually reduce the surface temperature by almost 50%. So if the surface temperature is about 50 degrees, with the landscaping in front of it, it can reduce it to about 25%. And this actually means that what most hard buildings are doing, which is concrete, glass and steel, is they are like radiators. They radiate heat out. But with a green facade, it is actually just absorbing heat and turning into coolness. And so it's a very fundamentally different material, and it's something that I think works a lot. It works very well in the tropics, because I think it's one way that we can tackle urban heat island effect in cities.
Okay, thank you, Masam. It was nice talking to you.